Hola familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today I have my pan those eyeshadows. You guys know how much I love this project pan, so I have my 5 shadows in here. I hope you guys had a great week. Happy Friday. I'm a little bit tired. This whole Zoom meeting situation, I am so tired. It is very hard to keep my child sitting there watching. Luckily the teacher is good enough to not make it more than 20 minutes, but on Mondays is elective days and that is our longest day ever. I am so tired after Monday, no joke. So I have my pan those eyeshadows. I'm very excited about this. Let's see what we get. Now that we are in fall, I'm in the fall vibe as far as eye products, even though I'm still throwing in my summer shades here and there. So let's try this out and see what we get. But first, before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of project pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us. And now without further ado, let's go on with the shadows. So my 5 shadows here, as you guys know, I always start out with the least amount of progress all the way down to the best progress as far as shadows. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started and I'll share with you guys all of the updates as usual. So let's start out with the first one. This one I rolled in last month. This was my Too Faced Palm Springs Dreams palette. This shadow that I did get was the BYOB, which was that dark chocolatey brown. When I rolled this in last month, absolutely nothing was done with it. All I did was swatch it that time for you guys. Other than that, I never touched this palette at all. And as you guys can see, it still looks brand new, but you can kind of see that I have used it. I've only used this shadow 5 times. I can tell you right now, as we all know with the Too Faced products, this one's gonna take me a very long time if I were to keep this forever to hit pan. This is so pigmented. I mean, very, very pigmented that I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot. The only way I can really see myself hitting pan on this is if I have this in here for a very, very long time. So I can almost tell you that I'm only gonna use it 15 more times and it will be rolled out. And I don't even know if you're gonna actually see any type of dent, dip, some sort of usage, because this is so pigmented. This is one of those typical Too Faced shadows where it's so densely packed, it takes a very, very long time. So I got 15 more uses. Now that it is fall, I'm kind of liking this one, so we're going to try to incorporate this one more for the next month. Next up is my Colourpop Mauve palette. Now this one, again, oh my goodness. This one was also brand new. I had never touched it before and I didn't really play around with this palette at all. And we got the color Gridlock. So now as you guys can see, you can see some sort of usage in here. You can see some sort of dip. This is a shimmery shade, so it's a lot easier to kind of see more progress on here than a matte would. It's a very, very pretty shade. It's one of the deeper shades, and in person, this looks more green blue, more pulling green than blue, but it does have blue in it. So I can see myself using this as a fall shade. I can actually pair this one with the Too Faced chocolate brown one. Maybe do a smoky eye with that one on top of the lid. I think that would look very, very pretty. So I have only used it 3 times, but it looks like I've used it a lot more, but no, I've only used it 3 times. So I have 17 more uses to go or hit pan. I think I will hit pan on this one. This one doesn't look like it's gonna be a hard one to use. I just gotta dedicate my time to incorporate it into my everyday looks because I've only done it 3 times. The next one that I have is Violet Voss. This one again was rolled in last month and I did not use that specific shade in this palette at all. So as you guys can see, it was completely a brand spanking new when I brought it in. I've only swatched it when I showed you guys. And now as you guys can see, I have a nice dip going on in here. This one is pretty, but it does lack the pigmentation that I want it to. It's more of a subtle peachy pink, but it's pretty. It looks really nice when I have some sort of cream base under it. Normally and typically I like to use this on my lower lash line, mix in with a matte. Like right now I have it in my lower lash line, but it's very subtle, so I do like it for that reason. I like it for like an inner corner. If I wet it, it looks really pretty. It's a satin, not so much of a shimmer or metallic at all. I've used this shadow 11 times. I can guarantee you I will hit pan by next month because the pans in here are very, very shallow. So I'm pretty sure this one I will hit pan before I hit the 20 use mark on this one. So the first three shadows are ones that I rolled in last month and they will still be here for this month going forward. Now let's move on to the oldest one. This is the second time I've had this one in my project pan. This is the Makeup Geek Center Stage. As you guys can see from the last update, I had some usage in it. I did use it, but not a lot. I was working my way around it. And now when you look at it, you can see a nice dip going on. I have a pretty good dip going on in this one. I have not hit pan on it, and I don't think I will hit pan. I've met my 20 use goal. This one I used a lot more lately because the fall situation, and I did pull a lot of shimmery shades that went along with it. This looked beautiful with a bunch of purples. I loved it with duochrome. That pistol shade from Sydney Grace was my favorite look so far with that. I love that one. So many compliments on it. I love the sparkle of it, and this just complemented it so well. I used it more as an outer V smoking out, even though it is I think it's a foiled. It's a foiled eyeshadow. It still worked well because of its depth as a matte. At least packing it on the outer V and then blending it in. Not so much on my crease area. So this one's gonna get rolled out. This is my single that I have, and it will be rolled out. I have met my 20 uses, and it looks nicely used, so I am content with it. I really am. I'm not mad that I didn't hit pan. Last but not least is my Too Faced I Want Candy one. Now this one is the second time this was in this round, so there's a second month on it. As you guys can see from the last update, I did have a nice dip going. I realized that it was a shimmery shade, so it was a lot easier to hit pan on. At least I saw that I could have potential to hit pan on versus other Too Faced shadows. And as you guys can now see, I have hit a very, very nice dip and pan in there. I'm very proud of myself because I didn't think I would. This one, the more I used, the more saturated in color and the more loose it became, so it was a lot easier to use. I loved pairing this. I mean, I used this one like crazy. I used it 16 times, but I mean, when I used it, it was in a large amount of area capacity. It wasn't so much as a liner, lower lash line. No, I really would use my lid to use this one up. It just was beautiful, and I loved it specifically this past month because it was transitioning from summer to fall. This is a perfect shade for summer into fall. It just worked so well. So I had a blast finishing this one up as far as my tallies go. So this one again will also be rolled out because I have hit pan on. All right, so just to recap, you guys, I will be rolling in a single because I'm rolling this one out. So I will be rolling in a single for this. And I'm also gonna be rolling in a new palette. So before I do that and show you everything, so let's look at our previous month's color combination. So now I have my list of my singles. So let's pull out the singles first. So I'm going to put this in my Pretty Random app. So we're going to, it won't focus because it's too bright. So let's just do this. No? What the? Super bright. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but the number that came up is 16. Oh, no. All right, you guys, so I lowered down my exposure so you guys can really see that. So the number that came up is number 16. So let's see what 16 is. Ooh, it's a single from, Cargo. Okay, that one's not bad. So I'll pull that one out in a second. And now let's do the eyeshadow. So let's do this. 160. Let's see what palette that is. Oh my word. It's one of my newer palettes. All right, let me bring that one out, shall I? Okay, so for my single shadow, it is one of these Cargo's singles that I have. This is in the color Windsor. And you guys, this is easy. This is just one of those matte transitional shades, and if you guys can see real close, yeah, I have yet to hit pan on this one, or I haven't even touched it. So this is what it looks like here. I am panning a white one already. So we're going to see how this has a ton of product, I think. This has 3.5 grams of shadow. So I don't think I will hit pan on this one. This is just as big as a JD Glow shadow as far as the amount. It's just that this is in a smaller compact. It's very deep. So I don't think I'll hit pan on this, but it'll be fun to use this 20 times. So we have that one. And then for the palette, you guys, I haven't even showed you guys the palette that came out. It's something new that I have, and you'll probably see this video next week where I showcase this one again. I got the Give Me Glow Extra Spicy palette. It's good because it is a transitional fall shade as well. Like this is a summer into fall palette, so it's perfect. I'm not mad about it. It's just it's one of my newer palettes and I was hoping for an older one, but here we go. This is the color story that I got. So now there is 9 shadows in here. So I have to choose which one of these 9 shadows are we going to pan. And as always, for those that are new, I always go across, so we will check it out. Let's see. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did I know it was going to be between these two? And sure enough, this one. Oh my Lord. Look at that. That is seriously pigmented. Could tell you right now, I will not be hitting pan. This is just so pigmented. It is ridiculous. Look at that. This is my color story. This is my Too Faced BYOB. It's Colourpop Gridlock. Violet Voss So Jelly. This is my Cargo Windsor. And the Give Me Glow Ghost Pepper shade. Yeah. This one is not such a bad color story. I could probably pair this one with maybe this one. The pink one will go really nicely with this one. Like, at least I got a gold shade that it'll work. It's just, this is a lot. These, I don't know how much grams these have. There's 27 grams, so that means divide that by 9. That's 3 grams per shadow, see? And this one's 3.5. So just picture how deep this one is, because this one's 3 grams, these are 3.5. So that's a lot of product in these. Oh my goodness. So there is my color story for this month, you guys. I'm actually excited because I get to use this one more. It's just I was hoping for a different, you know, an older one, but that's okay. Something I haven't used recently, but I'm not mad at it. I'm okay with it. I'm very excited. As you guys know, I always try to work with my oldest shadows first and then work more into my newer ones. So I'm going to try to concentrate more on this brown, the blue, and Violet Voss one. So these 3 I'm hoping to roll out next month, so then I can concentrate on these and roll in 2 new shadows. So there you guys have it. This is my new color story. I was wishing for more color, but I'm not gonna be mad at it. Let's not complain, Alex. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was expecting more color than this, especially with this one. I just have so many shadows that I would have wanted instead, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, basically. That's the way the shadow poofs up. I don't know how to say. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll put my videos right over here for your enjoyment. Until then, bye guys.